What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So I figured I'd shoot this video and talk about this year's Mr. Olympia. Usually with Mr. Olympias, I'm going to say there's really it's really very rare that we see a clear champion and a clear winner. Usually a lot of times it's really very close. They only win by a few points, a couple points. It could have gone to this guy, it could have gone to that guy. Usually we see it being really very close. But I think this year was one of the first years in quite some time where there really was a very real clear winner, and they actually got it right, which was Big Ramy. And I hate Big Ramy. Like, personally, I hate this guy. Professionally, he's terrible. I just really can't stand Big Ramy at all. But they actually got it right, and he actually deserved to actually win this one. The reason that he actually deserved to win it is if you go ahead and you watch the Mr. Olympia, watch the whole thing, everybody really lacked this year. Like, everybody looked really bloated. Everybody looked really, like they were retaining a lot of water, and everybody really lacked definition. A lot of guys were lacking, any real size. Proportions were all kind of just out of whack. Usually when you lack definition, there's a lot of guys that are lacking definition like that, and really just kind of looking like they're retaining a little too much water. Is because usually when a substance gets banned, usually everybody just kind of weans off it last second, and it kind of makes you retain water and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that kind of must what happened, just because everybody looked really just out of shape. Like, they looked like they forgot about the competition, and then last minute they just went nuts. Like, even somebody commented on one of my videos and was like, well, everybody looks really close this year, and they really didn't at all. Like, there was a really clear, one and number two, and number three for sure. Nobody really looked close at all. Everybody looked really far off from each other. Everybody just looked terrible. Brendan looks really good. When he came out, I was like, okay, he's coming for a fight. Like, he looks really good. Then when I seen Big Ramy, I was like, okay, Big Ramy clearly won. Brendan definitely lost on the legs. His legs kind of looked not like, they didn't look really that great. But when you see Big Ramy come out, yeah, sure, his quads were way too big for his calves and the rest of his body for sure. His proportions were really out of whack, but they were definitely better than Curry's for sure. I mean, Big Ramy even had a really big cramp in his abdomen that really showed. It was really way too tight and popped out. So I mean, I think that's really the only point where I could see, okay, maybe, Brendan will beat him on that, but he definitely lost on the legs. He definitely lost on definition. He definitely lost on size. Like, Big Ramy definitely won on all those points right there. Big Ramy won on size for sure. He won on definition. Like, he just looked really shredded when everybody else looked really soft. Everybody kind of, like I said, looked really bloated, looked really soft. Even Brendan he was big, but he looked pretty soft on a lot of points. Like, his midsection for sure kind of just really lacked. It just seemed like everybody was just lacking this year, and that's where Big Ramy kind of seemed to have really won it. Was he was really the only one that actually wasn't lacking at all. Like, he looked really great. Like, he looked like he was actually prepared, and everybody else really wasn't. And that's kind of like where I say, like, and I like I said, I don't like Big Ramy, so for me saying that he actually deserved to win is pretty surprising, considering last year I was saying this guy definitely should have lost for sure. But I think it's gonna be the new Ramy era. Excuse me, for sure. I think that's what we're gonna see, is the new Big Ramy era. I could see him winning the next two for sure, at least. I think he's going to be at least a minimum of a 4-time champion, maybe 5. I can't see him going above a 5-time champion, but yeah, I definitely could see him taking it. He did a good job for sure. He was definitely clearly the winner of that one for sure. But let me know what you guys think. That's just a quick video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, me so much, and I'll check you next one.